Good evening, everybody. This is Silk. We are doing Operation of View to a Kill. This is turn 19, right? Sudden death. I'll have some comments about points and stuff later. Really, my only, I guess it was two surprises. I was really surprised the Soviets didn't go for Istanbul, and I was a little surprised the Japanese didn't try to score one. Yet both factions had kind of a chance to win the game, and neither one took the bite. They both decided they'd rather wait. So, kind of interesting. So we'll chat about that later. Meantime, my build is kind of in disarray a little bit, just because I don't know exactly what I'm building, because I may or may not get a couple attacks here. It's the same three I've been trying for a while now here. All right. Pure factories at a 7. Here we go. That's an 8. Finally. All right. Pure factories done. Or not factories. Construction. Sorry. I already had factories. Proof construction done. Heavy armor. Also at an 8. That's a 5. No goodies for me. I can put my heavy armor models away. All right. Logistics, 8+. Doubt it's going to ever matter, but you gotta research something. And someone. Well, at least I got something. All right. Let's see what we can do here. Not sure how I'm going to work that out. I got to do some math. So, kind of grab some pieces around and kind of depended on what I got tech-wise. Was going to turn a little bit of what I did. And armor was one of them, and construction was another. I was kind of hoping for both, but one is better than 0. All right. So I know Anzac is going to lend lease a medium armor. That's going to take them to 1. They had 7. They will collect 9. They will end the turn with 10. So these now cost 6. I got 15. Do I want them both or not? I think so. So we'll ditch the armor. Hopefully I don't regret that. Man, I kind of want that armor, don't I? Kind of do. If I do transport 6, armor 6, I guess it's all the same. I have 3 left either way. Do I want that armor? Guess I can wait for next turn. Alright, so transport and destroyer. So that's 6 and 6. I save 3. We'll see how much I collect. We are going to attempt to take Hong Kong back. We'll see if we succeed. Great Britain. This is an air base that either costs 2 or 6. Depending on whether I want it right away or not. I was going to spend 3 because I didn't have improved construction. I think we're going to spend the 6 and get the darn thing right now. Just so I have better options next turn. So that's 6. We'll get an airborne and a fighter. That's 19. Sub drops to 5. And destroyer starts to 6, so that's 11. So 11, 21, 24, 30. So that's 30 there. My total was 59. So that leaves me with 29 to go. That's 12. I was hoping those were going to be heavies, but life is what it is. Leaving 17, which could be a bunch of infantry. Could be another armor. I think we'll throw down one more armor. Do I want... Two of those can be upgrades, right? So if I do 2 armor there, 2 militia, 2 upgrades would be 10. Do I have enough money for that? If I do 2 of these as infantry, and 2 as upgrades, do I have enough money? Let's do some math. So 6 and 4 is 10, so that's 10. And 18 is 28. That leaves me $1. Because I already knew that was 30. So 30 and 28 is 58. All right, so Anzac sends out medium armor, attack transport, and a destroyer for the FEC, saving 3. Anzac saved 1, and GBR will save 1 with 3 medium armor, 2 infantry, 2 militia upgrades, destroyer, submarine, fighter, airborne. All right, here we go. Just a couple combats. Not anything too fascinating. Just here in the Mediterranean, we're going to go ahead and see if we can't get rid of these boats here. So coming out of I-5, I've got a destroyer going after one and a submarine going after the other. The subs in M7, the destroyers in M4, and they both get 2 fighters, the 2 from Egypt there, and we'll bring the 2 over from Syria like that, and they'll both get a medium bomber. Equal opportunity. So that should be pretty easy to do. All right. Over here, I'm going to try to see. Oh, I got to put his destroyers down. So destroyer here. In port. There's a destroyer here in port. All right. We're trying to see if we can take Hong Kong back. We've got 1 fighter, of course, coming from Siam. 1, 2, 3. He'll have 3 left. And then from way over here in Maharashtra, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll only have 1 left, but I've got a carrier that can catch him. And then, of course, out of Siam, we've got an airborne coming in from this air transport that will just go back to Siam like it keeps doing. So that's that fight. Hopefully that fight goes better than Formosa. Formosa was pretty awful. And I believe that is all of our... Oh, no. Way up there. I got to figure that out. He's got the 6 here. He's got the 2 here. And he's got 4 in Helsinki. And I want to steal a free dollar. What is the cost to do so? I think we will. So we'll send 1 infantry from Lapland over to Kola here. Swipe that. That gives UK +1. And Soviets -1. Not as nice as when we were able to take the 3 for, what was that? North Caucasia? That's unopposed. So we'll have some non-combats to do there. Alright, let's get some dice going. I don't have too much excitement to do. Some pretty simple stuff here. Alright, in the sea battle, we'll start the one with the submarine. I've got 2 fighters and a medium bomber. The fighters are blue, the medium bombers are red. Of course, 3 hits. Oh, dice, how you vex me. He has a 4 back at my submarine. He gets a 7 sublives. Alright, now we do the other one with my destroyer. Same roll. 2 fighters and a medium bomber. 0 hits. This is more like the way my dice have been working. A submarine, or not a submarine, destroyer, right? Yeah, destroyer at 4. Destroyer got him. Okay, so it worked out in the end. And then his destroyer has a shot back at 4. And it missed. Well, we are perfect so far. That makes us a little grim for what's coming. Hopefully the dice are a little nicer to us here than they were in Poor Formosa. All right. I have 2 fighters at 6. I then have an airborne at 2 because it's a mountain city. Five misses, but the 1 and the 6 both hit. All right. He gets a 5 back because he's in a city. Nothing's dead, right? I don't think so. I don't think there's any reason to it would be. Well, drat. He gets a hit. So that costs us $2 and an airport. Mutual destruction. Definitely a bummer. But it could have been worse. All right, now we have our non-combat moves to do here. I'll start, I think. Oh. Lost infantry. Correct. Minor graces there. Okay. So fleet moves, of course. This is the fleet that's in I-7. It's a carrier, a cruiser, and a destroyer. So they all go over here to P-41. And we catch that fighter that only had 1 movement left. The other fighter just goes back to Siam. This air transport here in Syria, 1, 2 to Egypt, picks up the airborne. 3 I-5, 4 I-4, 5 I-7, 6 I-12, 7 Singapore. Transport airborne. Although actually, we can get to, never mind. We'll take the +1. We'll land in Siam. So I'll have, at the end of the turn, 2 transports and 2 airborne there. The placement is 1 fighter and 1 airborne. So 1 fighter gets placed in Siam and 1 airborne. So we are gonna rail Gurkha. We'll rail this Gurkha from Siam here, rail 1 Gurkha from Malaya. So that leaves 4 Gurkha, 1 militia, 1 AAA, the 2 coastal guns, and the U.S. artillery. And that Gurkha's going to rail all the way up and across, join these Gurkha, and end up in Azerbaijan. So that will give me, in Azerbaijan, an airborne, 5 Gurkha, 2 medium armor, 2 British infantry. Okay. In Siam, I'll have, can I see that? In Siam, I'll have 2 airborne, 2 British infantry, 1 FEC infantry, 1 Anzac infantry, the British AAA, the FEC AAA, and then 4 Gurkha. That's quite a bit in Siam there. Militia at Nanam Tonkin and Cochin China. Militia, Sumatra. Militia Borneo, infantry Borneo. No changes to Anzac. All right. Up here. 1 of these attack transports. We'll take the infantry from Lower Egypt and the medium armor. Drop them off here in Syria, and then it'll go back into port. We'll then have 1 other infantry just moved to Transjordan on his own. Meanwhile, the 2 infantry way down here in Rhodesia rail to Lower Egypt. I should then have 2 other transports, 1 that is an attack transport, 1 that's a regular transport. And they go strategic naval move, I-5, I-4, I-7, I-12, Singapore. And they go into port in Singapore. And then we're also going to move, I think, 1 Anzac infantry, 1 FEC infantry to Singapore, so that I have more stuff that can leave. All right. So Siam is 2 fighters, 2 air transports, 2 airborne, 2 British infantry, 4 Gurkha, and the 2 AAA. And then Malaya is the 4 Gurkha, militia, the AAA, the 2 coastal guns, a regular transport, an attack transport, American artillery, Anzac infantry, FEC infantry. Syria is 12? No, I think it's 11. 6, 10, 11. 11 infantry, 3 armor. Transjordan's 1 infantry. Oh, I got a place. That's where we're doing replacement. We're going to do replacements and a recap for you guys at the same time here. So we'll put medium armor there, along with 2 medium armor, right? Yeah. tells me because that's where my rail's. Okay, yeah. So we'll put 2 medium armor there. So it's 2 medium armor, 2 British. I should do the French turn too. And I gotta land all my planes. Man, I'm messing you guys up. Something fierce, I'm sure. So all 4 British fighters are going to go back to Syria, because that's where we're placing our brand new air base, along with both medium bombers. Yeah. All right. A destroyer and a submarine get placed in I-5. Replace the 2 that are probably going to get slaughtered here in just a moment. Then we got to go. Oh, I guess maybe Africa here real quick. What's it? 5 infantry. 5 infantry militia in Tunisia. 1 infantry militia northern Algeria. Militia French Morocco. 5 infantry Gibraltar militia. Alright, up here we got some stuff to do. I'm going to take transport with infantry and medium armor. Go 1, 2, 3. We'll go into port here in northern Norway there. I'll get that on screen if I zoom up on it. Hopefully you guys can see that here. So that arrives up here with armor and infantry. Infantry piece I can use. I guess I'll make him a chip. So the infantry and the armor arrives in northern Norway, and then these 3 infantry and 2 medium armor are going to move to Lapland. Meanwhile, in the home, which I guess let's do that recap for you guys. So, northern Norway is transport and port, infantry, medium armor, fighter, American fighter, and then Lapland's 3 infantry, double medium armor. Kola's the 1 infantry. In the home country, just gonna rail 1 militia up here to northern England. Both those militia are going to get upgraded and turned into infantry, and we're going to place that medium armor. Which leaves us with 3 militia, mountain, armor, AAA. In northern England, we'll rail the mountain down to London, I guess. We've got plenty of rail capacity. And then in Northern Ireland, I've got the 2 transports and the American transport. Last thing is 2 infantry in Rhodesia. Same guys that keep getting trucked up to Egypt every turn. All right. Our income, we had saved 1, but our income fell 3, and then went up by 1. So we dropped 2, which would be 57. Right. And then saved 1. So I think my income is, or my cash on hand, I should say, I think is 58. As I was at, right, 49. Let's check that. I lost 3, but gained 1. Anzac did not get the 2 back for Hong Kong, unfortunately, so they only collect 13. They saved 3, so they have 16 for next turn. And then Anzac, of course, has 10. We deliver medium armor, Decline Tongue. We place the attack transport and the destroyer there in the Calcutta Bay. Calcutta is 3 infantry to militia. I'm not sure I mentioned that one. And we got French things to do. France has no purchases. Only real fun one. We're gonna bomb this silly port again. 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. That's a little bit of what build that airbase let us do. So we're gonna bomb that port and try not to die, and hope to lock that transport in there. I could bring a fighter if I had to, but the destroyer will kill it for me, so I don't need to. And then we'll have a non-combat move. So let's go do that. Pretty simple. We do d6 damage, and then we try not to die. All right. We do 3 damage. And 7. 7 hand bone. That's, I'm not sure why you don't seem to grasp that very well, but 7s is how you not die when you're bombing. Just FYI. Stay away from those 3s. 2s need to be avoided. 1s are right out. All right. So yay for that. We do 3 damage to port there. And we'll see if the Germans care enough to repair that. That bomber goes back to Syria. And the 3 French fighters will join them. I need to make a freaking thing just for my planes, I'm telling you. All right. This guy in Sudan rails the Foreign Legion all the way to Syria. My mech will stay where he is. This destroyer in I-7 just comes into I-5 and joins the small British fleet there. That's it. So Egypt is 2 infantry, a French mech, a militia, 2 medium armor, 2 transports and port. Does he have any bombers that can bomb me? Don't think so. That seaplane can port strike me. We will leave 2 French fighters in Egypt. So 1 French fighter, 1 medium bomber. Go to Syria, 2 French fighters stay in Egypt. Try to kind of keep our options open here. That, I believe, is everything I can do. France, I think, is at 2 income or 2 cash now. Still may be a while before they get to buy anything else. I don't see anything else. All right. Yell at me anything, guys. I'll actually probably going to post another video tomorrow. Hambone is actually out on a family vacation running around. So he and I spoke a little bit earlier today. Kind of got some good instructions from him on what we're going to do with the U.S., but I'll be executing the turn for him. So we'll likely, I bet, do that tomorrow. So take care, everybody. Have a great day, and see you around.